Welcome everyone to the channel, and it's another video answering some of the questions that I usually get, or one of the questions that I usually get, and that is, what is it like having 3 cats in one very small apartment? Well, first off, let's get to know some of these cats. My gray one, Russian blue, is called Ash. Latte is my Bengal, and the white one, her name is Rosie.
Hungry?
It's time for their morning food, so I usually feed my cats 3 times a day, morning, right after I come home from work, and at dinner time. The reason for this is because, one, I want to be able to control their food portions, because some of my cats likes to overeat, so it's easier to control their weight in that way. 2, cats are very highly motivated by food, and so if you're the one feeding them 3 times a day daily, you'll be able to create a stronger bond with your pets. And also, because they're eating all together like this, they'll start associating each other with the good feelings of eating food. They'll be more likely to get along and play with each other and not cause so much trouble, which is incredibly important because, well, you want to get your work done, and having 3 cats fighting each other is not exactly a productive thing. Morning to afternoon, I think the cats are mostly just lounging around and resting or sleeping. I think by the time it gets to evening time, that's when their energy levels are a little bit higher. So in the morning and afternoon, you can probably find them in their hammocks or the other room on the bed. For most people working and living here in South Korea, most of us are provided with places to stay. Small apartments called office tels, which are like studio apartments in the States or wherever, and they're pretty darn small. However, they're clean and modern, well, most of them at least, and they have all that you need, like a washing machine and other stuff, so it's not really that inconvenient. So that's why a lot of people think 3 cats in these types of spaces are too much. But I think if you're creative and willing to think how you and your cats use the space, I think it can be incredibly rewarding and stimulating, because ever since I started living in office towns, I've become very aware what I don't use or what the cats don't use, so I try to get rid of it. There's a general rule that you should have 1 litter box per cat that you have, but I think because of my place, it's so small, I can make do with 2 litter boxes, simply because it's hard to lose the litter box's scent in this small area. Anyways, it's a constant battle between litter and me because, as you know, litter gets everywhere, and I've tried everything to control the litter, even this litter catching mat, as you see here. But I think the best way to control the litter is to invest in a robotic vacuum cleaner. I think that's going to save a lot of time and pain. I've also tried different types of litter to see how each litter would travel inside my space, inside my room. And some, of course, travel further than others, but the problem is if your cat prefers them or not to use as a litter box, so maybe I'll make a video on that in the future. But so far, as of right now, I'm pretty satisfied with this litter box setup. I think it could be better, but for now it will be okay. If you notice, in my place I don't really have a cat tower, and that's because I didn't feel the need to have a cat tower anymore. In the past I did, but from my observation, they were only using it as a sleeping place or a very ghetto scratching post, and the fur from the cat tower would get everywhere. Plus, in a place like this, I would really want to conserve on space, so I preferred to use other things instead of a cat tower, such as window hammocks or tall scratching posts. So I think it's much more effective than using a very overly large cat tower. Cats are just naturally more active during nighttime, and it shows. I'm always hearing my cats play with each other or play with the wheel at nighttime more than the daytime. While I believe it's important to have a stimulating environment for the cats with toys and activities, I think it's even more important for cats to have company with other cats. I think most cats are social, so I believe having cat friends or companions is integral for their socialization and just having a high quality of life. There really isn't any downtime to say, and I guess that's the negative, where there's always something happening around you, so it might be a little bit difficult to get any work done. And so that's my life these days. I'm trying to create a life for my cats that's stimulating and active, trying to keep my space a little bit manageable. I'm also trying to share what I've learned over the years with owning 3 cats of different breeds and personalities. So I hope you have obtained some sort of value from my videos or my website. This video is for anybody that's thinking about adding an extra cat or 2 to their families, but maybe they're nervous if their accommodations can handle it or if they have enough space for it. And trust me, my place is probably smaller than yours, so if you really want another cat, then you'll find a way to make it happen. So I hope this video will give you the confidence to try and adopt another cat or animal to your family. If you really want to, you just need to be a little bit creative. There are a lot of cats that need a home, especially here in Korea, where street cats are all too common. And that's it. So I hope you enjoyed my video. If you have any questions about my place, yeah, feel free to ask your questions down in the comments below. And if you like the video, please like and all that other jazz.